You say
She's asking a question. Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a
Don't be rude.
Can you give us a question?
I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you state categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir, go ahead.
Yo, fake dudes with they fake jewels, fake boobs with the fake glutes, fake food with the paste glue, fake news to my fake Jews. They show why you play fool. They like news. We set trip like our lace blue. Connect with the left fist. Yeah, we break tools. We set pick shooting J's too. Nothing but the net, bitch. Break fool. Hot hand, but we stay cool. Appetite insatiable. The sacrifice unfakeable. The afterlife inescapable. The acolytes unmistakable. You packing like I'm uncontainable. You stack it right, it becomes attainable. Billy Status, Billy Rabbits, Billy Maddox, really savage. Peel your cabbage. Pull the strings like Lenny Kravitz. The odds and the average. Still he has it, yeah, the illest magic. Gave it to your face to, kill your bitch to. Bobby Brown with me in the job for an hour. Narcotic Clive Davis history. Copyright mystery. You finna be in the seat paying me. Motion fucking picture me just to see the blind me. Stevie in the vision be. Persian poem Farsi. Here see divide y'all but not we. Move like a war report Nazi. Sufi sorcery. No gun can shoot me. No pig can see me. No fake news me. Rest in peace to Juicy. Bullets never choose me. They usually shoot through seats too. Don't forget the people. All of your rear views make punk fear you. This been told you. Love's gonna kill you. Scorpios will thrill you or oil you, anoint you with oil, spoil you. Blood in the cement, the concrete raw you. Death to the creeps that ignored you. Fake court cased you. Life when it tore you. Evaporate dope off that oil. I believe I sniff. I believe in bullets in the fifths. I believe in holes in these tricks. Fruits of that Islam stomp you till you piss. Gave it to your face too, and guess what? Now it's too late to dead you and fake you with fake news.
Nigga. Give us a question. Mr. President-elect, President-elect, since you are attacking our news organization, can you give us a chance? You are attacking our news organization. Can you give us a chance to ask a question, sir?
Go ahead.
Sir, can you state, Mr. President-elect,
Go ahead.
Can you say categorically?
Question. Don't be rude.
President-elect, can you give us a don't be rude?
Yeah. Live. Peace and black power. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio, place where knowledge is born. This is your host, Knowledge Born Alive. We're here to set off this celebration weekend day on Sunday, 11222020, and we got the Jed Pillars in the building. You understand what I'm saying? Brother's been with me since day one, since the beginning of this 2,000 episodes ago. You understand what I'm saying? And the royal family, some love, came through, put up that 2K. It's like, yo, let's get this situation going on for this after midnight cloth talk. So much to discuss. Right. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to introduce some, present the others, the royalty that is the definition of reformation and transformation. You understand what I'm saying? That divine bloodline that shows you what you're capable of. That Detroit Red Pillar and that Malcolm X clan in your face in this space. Let's welcome back to the platform the red and the blue pillar.
Yeah. Peace to the family. Peace, love, and light, brother Blue Port, live and direct to you. Salute. to Knowledge Born Allah for 2K episodes, man. God dang.
Right. Love and light to the family. Peace to Blue Pillar. You know what I'm talking about? Peace to Knowledge Born Allah. And definitely peace and love to that feat that you put up, that monumental, you
Milestone.
know, yeah, this is a numbers game and content is king. You've created an archive and a catalog that rivals, you know, many of the greats, you know what I'm talking about? So salute to your dedication, salute to your commitment. You
Right.
know what I'm talking about? Because you laid this out. You said that you was gonna do this episode 1.
Facts.
So,
And here
you
you
know,
are
here
on
you
the
are.
2000th episode, right in history, archiving history. We are in the midst of a historical, undertaking. You dig what I'm saying? So to be in the midst of it all, and to be such a fan of history and nostalgia, when I go back and you look at the old late shows and you know what I'm saying, just or you go to, Arsenio, all of the great shit that we go back to in the archives and we revisit, and they captured the moment, but they didn't really understand the magnitude of it all. You dig what I'm saying? So we are even in it right this second and not understanding the full scope of it, because you very well might take it to 5,000 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Your catalog could be enshrined in this, our version of the Smithsonian at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just being able to share the platform with you, share the space with you, and acknowledge the fact that you represent determination, you represent discipline, and you represent dedication. And that's something that's often spoke of, but very rarely are we able to bear witness to it. You know what I mean? And acknowledge it. So salute.
Or
Real talk.
I appreciate it. Y'all know Do Not's Radio started off as a thought child in the space of KTL rebranding and refining another lane to carve out. Because you had tackled all of the feats already before it. Every time I hear y'all on an interview on the platform, I learn, especially when y'all together, I learn something else. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just walking through, the annals of history, like you were just saying, your birth story, Blue. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought I knew y'all. You know what I mean? Every time I hear y'all, another layer comes off. It's another
Yo,
layer, another. You understand what I'm saying to you? So
I had dropped part of that story, I guess, because I'm still learning myself. And then the other day on my born day, I was trying to catch up with my Umi all day, and I ain't catch her until later on that night. I was in LA, and she was in her zone. She was in her flow state. So she started telling me stuff about that day, right? Because I guess it was just very much on her mind, because it's just as much a celebration for her as it is for us. So she really was vivid.
Right.
And she was giving me the whole breakdown, and I was like, wow, like I even learned some new things. So yeah, we all in the building learning, as we should be, until we can no longer learn, until we no longer here to absorb,
facts.
sponge up.
my mother gave my birth story to the world. She gave my family history in an hour and a half and shrouded it in a health lesson. She gave my birth story. She was her patient zero and I was her patient zero. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Right.
on that path to, that was my saving. She saved me. You understand what I'm saying? After
Right.
she saved herself. And I came right there in the middle of the pillars of my family. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3 older, 3 younger, right there in the middle,
With-
born God. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. With you saying that, I'm like, I can't wait for you and KT to have an interview, you know what I'm saying, and share those stories
Yes.
about
Yes.
the love for a child
Right.
spawning our parents to move into the space of a healer because they had to heal themselves
Mm-hmm.
in order
Mhm.
to save their child, and they didn't fall on the sword. They didn't, they didn't believe what was being told to them. You know what I'm saying? They actually stepped up to the plate. They were and are the giants that roam this earth. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Our Omis is something else, man. And it's like if we can start having more appreciation for our Umis and telling the stories of them, this will allow other people, you feel me, to see the greatness in their Umis and look for it if it's not even obvious or visible. It's underneath the layers. I know a lot of people that are still harboring a lot of pain, what I'm saying, from the experience that they had in life with their Umis. And I was really, I don't know, earlier today, for whatever reason, I was just in my mind about like, yo, if a person doesn't have that foundational relationship with the first woman in their life,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost impossible, for them to come out here in the world because she's really your navigation. She's really, what I'm saying, like the compass and the eyes through which you're really gonna see the rest of the world. And if you fail to get that particular level of orientation from her, it's gonna be very difficult for you to come out here and start hoisting up somebody else's Umi or somebody else's daughter.
Right.
So it's important that we tell these stories because, and even for some of us, we're telling stories about women who had to go against all odds, women who were the underdogs, women who didn't have it all, you know what I'm saying? And was still able to be miraculous in the face of adversity, triumphant. You know what I'm saying? These women should be celebrated for the feats, you know, that they had to undertake to bring forth life and to protect life. You know what I'm saying? And then those decisions that they made and those sacrifices, shout out to Dot, you know what I'm saying? The decisions and the sacrifices that they have made has resulted in so much abundance. Look at the seeds that they have put on for yourself
Mhm.
included, KT. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, man, like we should really set aside a day, especially in the community, to have a Umi appreciation day and not Mother's Day. You know what I mean? Because our mothers is different. I'm just talking about melanated people as a community, period. Our mothers is different. You know what I'm saying? And the mother aesthetic that we need to recognize is the nana, the auntie, the umi, you know what I'm saying? Big mama, like all of them in our community, we should have that appreciation day for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
A
got
day of atonement
Uma.
for people
That's
who didn't
that
have the best
foundation
relationship.
is
Yeah.
is Umi. That matrix, that real matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Real
That
matrix.
we were
Yes.
born out of.
Facts.
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
So
I
Red, you and
agree.
I, we were in Baltimore together uh, a couple of years back around this time, and we was in the car. You know what I'm saying? And I told you, like, you come from royal lineage. I don't respect nobody who don't respect their lineage. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, when certain things transpired, we was all together. I was like, yo, there's no way in the world. And that's why I was so adamant, because when you see a family coming, we know what it was like in golden era consciousness when their families would come in. You see what I'm saying? And you see these situations with, you know, the people that are gravitating to this information not being properly born in, you know, not being properly born in, like these preemies. You see what I'm saying? I was a preemie child. I know what that
Right.
not being born full term, what the effects are. You see what I'm saying? And had I not had my mother, in my family in that space, I would have been done for. You see what I'm saying? So we see the results of crack era consciousness
Mm.
because the crack babies that came in and they weren't properly nurtured. You see what I'm saying? They weren't properly nurtured. They were just thrusted in. You see what I'm saying? They were thrusted in. And
Right.
this is, what the result was. But the pillars, y'all stood strong through 20 years. 20 years of what we seen and at different modalities, different levels of exposure, and owe the great credit for everything that y'all contributed to the game in regards to art, in regards to style, in regards to health, in regards to martial disciplines, in regards to you know holding a post. You see
Shout
what
out
I'm
to Black
saying?
Dot.
To for so many
Def-
of those things. You see what I'm saying? Uh,
I would say that that's the definition of what the pillars represent. First and foremost, I would say that we are basically carrying out what our names entail. Not red pill and blue pill from the Matrix standpoint, but the pillars, right? And I want to say shout out to Black Dot in the building because, to be
Shout
honest
out
with
to
you, if we didn't have examples of master teachers who held it down and stood on their square, we are still looking up, right, to people who came before us. We are able to draw from the legends that precede us. You know what I mean? Of course, Dr. Sabi being one of the greater examples, but Black Dot, you know, um, Valentine, Blair, Hakeem Bey, Tash Tariq Bey. There are many great men around us and women. Mama Pill, Dr. Frances Cress Wilson. I recall being able to be in her presence, about a year before she made transition, being in a room with her and feeling her presence, feeling her energy and bearing witness, just being there, like feeling it felt surreal in a sense. So the
Queen,
who?
Queen of Four. Like,
Yes.
to think about the longevity factor, to think about the consistency, to think about how many, people have come through her portal, her gates, her doors.
Her
You
pillars.
feel me? Like,
So yeah, like we take notes, mental notes. Um, we've seen the good and the bad, so we understand that the requirement is not to be fake perfect or to be flawless. You know what I mean? We understand that people are fallible, you know, and that was a great, coming into this community, that was a relief to not have that type of pressure and to be allowed to grow and mature and to develop in front of the people, but to do it in a way where, as long as it was sincere and as long as integrity stayed intact, we were, it was understood that, no one is perfect. Do you, but as long as you're doing it with the intent to help others and to be of service and to keep this flame lit, the flame that was dimming out quickly, and it was in for the people that were stomping out the flames, they didn't care if the flame went out. They were not committed to the flame, you know. So that's what we represent. And I like, once again, I say, A alike, C alike, B alike. You know what I mean? Like, you held that torch, you're dedicated, you're committed. You know what I'm talking about? You've evolved in front of us and before us. You know, you are you're what they call a vanguard. You don't let the flame go out, and you let it be known that you are standing on the shoulders of the greats. Same way that we'll let it be known. I keep names alive. We edify those who come before us. We like, yo, don't even look at us. Look at who we standing on. If you want to know us, if you want to understand us, just look at the people who shook the room before we got in the room. You know, because those are the ones, if you really want to know, because you're not going to find it out by just looking at red and blue pill or trying to study us. If you really want the DNA, you got to go to who set us up to do what we do.
That was the science behind revealing my mother, to the community. She's no stranger to the community, but to the community at large. Before me, I said if anybody was going to know anything about me, they would hear it from my mother, and my mother gave that to the world 12 years ago, and I still waited 12 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, still waited,
Right.
Still doing the knowledge, still, seeing what was going on. And in that space, I was listening to y'all on Blog Talk, and in that space right there, we seen where the community was going, and you got two choices in that instance. You complain or you get in the game. You see what I'm saying? You roll your sleeves up, you get in the game, and you see what this is really about, up close and personal. I came up in this community. I was in this community for 25 years. You see what I'm saying? Before approaching anything.
Right.
And 12 years ago, it was this. 12 years ago, it was this. I had just missed y'all. And I said, you know what I'm saying? I had just missed y'all, and I said, I think I was in Florida or around that time or so. But I had just missed y'all. I wanted y'all there. You know what I'm saying? And Eileen was supposed to be there too, and it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So that was like the whole hit right there. You see what I'm saying? So it was some stuff that went on behind the scenes that I heard later on, but it was crazy though. And that was like the last of the good times before it went, what I used to call in the Panther days, the was years. You see what I'm saying? Soldiering in the ranks of the new Black Panther Party under Dr. Khaled, like the was years. After his transition in 2001,
Well,
everything else happened. So
that's right. The best way to gauge the changing of the guards or the beginning of a new era is by the chaos that it causes. There's never a transition that just goes super smoothly and you don't see the friction, or you don't bear witness to the growing pains. Like birth is painful and it's chaotic, it's bloody. Women lose their lives on a delivery table. So we were in '08, the specific year that you're speaking of, 12 years ago. The fact that you were recognizing us at that early stage is honorable. And, to be honest with you, that was our beginning. That was really, that was our, I would say our preliminary years. You know what I mean? We launched Notalege TV in '08. There wasn't even no Notalege radio in '08.
right.
And '08 signified the Obama era. And when the Obama era was ushered in, it was a humongous shift in Black consciousness, not just in our community now.
Period.
So the chaos that ensued in the community when the elders decided that they were, they read the room. They were able to read the room, and they were like, "This ain't, seems like it's time for us to begin to pivot."
Yeah, they started packing it in.
And start packing it in.
Ironically, you know, when this melanated president comes around, a lot of people packed it in and left, and then they left it, you know, to
Open ended.
yeah, open ended, and you know, a lot of the youth at that particular point started scrambling for pole position,
Positions.
and
No.
you know, when you incorporate something, and I wanted to speak about this on Lord Jamal, you know, when you know what I'm saying, when there's no parents at home, you know, the children are gonna operate like how children operate, and 9 out of 10 times that is going to be devoid of any sort of discipline, especially when you're coming under the calibration and the energy of hip hop, right? It's going to we drop we dropped Blueprint November 29th, 2009,
2009.
right?
2009.
So
After Dot's craziest prediction in the world that the Giants was going to win the Super Bowl against the motherfucking Patriots.
right.
That was in Baltimore.
So
Y'all did that joint. Blueprint
yes,
322.
No, in Brooklyn.
that was
That was
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
That was
Yeah, that was Fort
Okay.
yeah,
Greene.
Fort Greene Senior Citizen Center.
So what y'all did with Rye in Baltimore?
With Ryan Baltimore,
Well,
that
hey,
was
hey, the time that was
Yeah.
it. That when you opened up for him in the time thing, Blue.
yeah. That was it. The
Oh,
Hip Hop 2012.
Disillusionment of Time? What was that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
More than
Yeah.
likely, that was that. So when you come under the calibration of hip hop, it's gonna take form based on wherever hip hop is at that particular time. You feel me? So what I want us to speak about on Lord Jamal is like, if you look at what happens in Chicago, it's the same thing that happened in consciousness, right? They took the elders out and they left the youth in charge, right? Now you got what you got. Okay, it's the same thing that happened in consciousness. Damn near identical, right? They took the elders out, or the elders removed themselves. Feel me? Because the energy got different, and then the youth came. You know what I mean? And they didn't have that particular quote unquote ceiling. You know what I'm saying? It was no limits. It was no ceilings. So you know, people was like, "I'm gonna get it how I live," and the of how they lived was a combination of wrestling and hip hop. That's what they was raised on. That's exactly what you got, a calibration out of the prism of children who was raised off of wrestling and goddamn you know, hip hop post the golden era.
Hmm.
You feel me?
Jeezy and trap music.
Yeah, right. That era.
Smackdown and Smack DVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
Down and smack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rap or
Facts.
die, nigga.
Trap or die.
Right.
Niggas had the Gucci with the ice cream cone type of short bus, you know, movement. Gucci with the ice
I'm
cream
real
cone.
out. You already know. So, you know, for lack of a better term, man, that's just what it is. That's what you got. You know what I mean? And if there's no impetus, and I'm seeing this, you know, even as thought leaders or, you know, even in the community today, if there's no impetus to grow up, god damn it, it's not gonna naturally happen. There's no impetus to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Everything in society is youth driven, right? Niggas is trying to be younger, not necessarily grow older per se, you know?
Even in this community, they're not telling us, yo, you got to put on for the 50-year-olds. They're not saying the significance of our growth and development as a whole community as a whole is to get the ears of the 60-year-olds. That's not what they're saying. They're like red and blue. You got to get to the 8-year-olds now. You got to get on TikTok. Like, where's your
Oh
dance
yeah.
at?
He's pressing me like, you don't got a TikTok.
It's like, you don't got a dance for Scorpion King for the album? Which you don't have a TikTok dance? I'm like, nah, yo, I have to create a budget. I have to go into my bag and create a budget to create a sweepstakes to pay a conscious nigga to do a dance on TikTok for me, fam. I just can't say, yo, I can't say do a TikTok dance because it's me. It's the big homie. No, I gotta have an incentive. I gotta come with a bag and count out a stack and be like, yo, whoever could come up with a new dance on TikTok to Red Summer, you my man's in it. I got you. Like, that's where we're at now. So they want the community to appeal to the youth. Like Blue said, the rap industry is youth driven now. They made the switch over and handed it to the youth. Simultaneously, that happened in this community. So you could come out, you could pop out and be 17 years old, and you will get the benefit of the doubt of the people who would be like, hold on, let me turn this 40-year-old nigga off and go to the 13 and the 14-year-old, because if they said melanin, if they said that the Merkaba, if they said that their pineal is activated, nigga, they're the ones. We want to, forget the fact that they don't have no experience in life. Like, forget the fact that they haven't matured. They haven't raised a child. Forget the fact that they haven't even they ain't even go through their nigga phase. They're still in the rites of passage phase. Forget that part. They're just new and impressionable. And the people want new blood. They want new faces.
New face, new energy, new blood.
New energy. Yeah.
Same information in a new package. So they be like, I like the way that he slurs his S's.
Right. I like his accent. I'm like, not only is it a regurgitation of information that the community received about 30 years ago, it's a dumbed down version of this shit. It's not even an upgrade. It's not a 2.0.
Yeah, it's a
soundbite.
It's a hodgepodge. This not even correct.
Blue,
off.
You know how they made over the Honeymooners in 21 Jump Street? They did called a reboot. Mm-hmm. You see how T.I. was in the Roots reboot? These niggas is giving you Bobby Hemmett reboots. They giving you, there's not even a Phil Valentine reboot. They giving you Dr. Clark reboots, Dr. Ben reboots, and these things got boots on them. They're not reboots. They cars with boots on them. It's bootsy. It's not even a clear copy. It's not a facsimile. It's a counterfeit. It's not even a facsimile. It's a counterfeit. It's Canal Street consciousness. Think about it. Not even a wholesale district. Canal Street consciousness. So when you have a master teacher who you've sat at their feet as a master student, you're not considered to be a counterfeit, and you're not even considered to be a copy. You're just a master student who's going to take your master teacher's work and edify it, and you're going to add your own flavor to it. You're going to push it further than your teacher pushed it. Like those of us who have children, we say that we want our children to be greater than us, not copying us, not trying to sound like us and walk like us. I want you to come up with your own walk. As a teenager, I'm going to look at you and be like, you're on to greatness because you have surpassed me where I was when I was 13. I wasn't as advanced as you. I wasn't as well prepared and groomed as you. So the potential that you have to surpass me is great. Where's that in this community? And are the master teachers to be held to blame the fact that they didn't mature their students long enough before they bounce. You got to ask that question. Do we have deadbeat dads out here? You know what I mean? Because there's some master teachers that was like, yeah, that's my student. And then they got lost. They were like, yo, I want to have a word with your master teacher. They ain't nowhere to be found.
Got a row out here.
Master teacher conference day. Like, can you bring your master teacher to school?
Yeah, where's the parent teachers conference with your master teacher? Like, nigga, I want to show him the report card. They done went to retirement and you can't even get in touch with them.
Yeah, they left illegitimate babies out here.
They left some illegitimate.
And yeah, that, you know, it spawned a lot of weird shit. And yeah, I'm seeing images in my mind. It's weird on top of weird. So
I just want to tell y'all, for an example, a child that was born in 2000, their daddy seen their mama whistling while she twerked. And he's 20 now. She's 20 now.
Yo, I brought that up the other day. Bam. I said that the other day. Like, I was like, yo, these birthdays of these dead rappers is showing me, like, fam, your mom's was at Freaknik, B. It's a different conversation. Right. You know, some of niggas' moms' names is Gertrude and Bertha. We know where they were at. But your Umi was at Hard Knock Life Tour. Like, that's a different mama.
Yeah, your mom's was on DMX's bus, tour bus. Like,
she one of the girls at DMX had name Bronda, Sharisa. Your mom's was Sharisa. What's happening?
Running with the 504 boys, making them say,
She was in a tank with Silk the Shaka, bro. Like,
right.
We not the same.
Did I do that?
Not to say that there's something wrong with that. We just not the same. Our upbringings is a little bit different, you know. So we can't be copies of each other. We can't be clones of each other. We can't say that we can't relate because your experience in the culture, you came up in it. If you're 20 years old on some Pop Smoke shit, you came up and 50 Cent was that dude from the crib.
Right.
We're not the same. It's a different DNA. It's a different set of
calibration. Right. You was calibrated differently.
Calibrated differently, bruh.
You know?
So the way that you perceive things, the way that you are seeing things, your whole, the way that you see the whole storyline. He was born in 2000 after Y2K, fam. It's just different. And there's no offense or anything. It's similar to when we were born in 75 and the dudes from 68 or 69, they was like, Brad, fam, you didn't live through the summer of 69. You don't have this energy on you. You didn't see JFK. We did. I'm like, who's JFK?
Facts.
They was alive when Martin Luther King was on the scene. Malcolm X was out here. We came after they left. So apparently it's a whole nother conversation with our generation because that light didn't shine on us. We saw them through stock footage. We didn't get the gist of it. These children didn't even see Biggie, bro. They didn't see Tupac in real life. They didn't see Tupac alive. So now they're honoring Tupac. He's the biggest, baddest, most gangsterist, toughest nigga ever alive. He's him to them. And I'm like, y'all didn't go through the trials and tribulations of Tupac. Y'all wasn't there when half of the world canceled him. You know what I'm talking about? You're only there for the mythos. So a lot of people are here for the mythos. They there for the Jordan myth. They there for the Tupac myth, the Biggie myth. They don't know the real story about what the fuck was going on. So I don't blame them. when they don't have it all together. I'm like, I don't blame y'all.
Like, nor do they care.
Nor do they give a damn. They like, who cares? Right. You know? So those of us who are the teachers are going to continue to teach. I continuously call out for our directors and movie makers to create timepieces, coming of age stories, because those are insanely important. And to drift away from, telling the story from the standpoint that the Hughes brothers told, Minister Society and Boys in the Hood with John Singleton. No, let's give them a different type of story of coming of age. You could put the elements in there, but teach these children and these babies and whatnot, give them the story of Dr. York. Give them the story of H. Rat Brown in the West End. Give them some deeper stories. Give them the story of young Bobby in Atlanta, like, a C. Freeman L. Like, we need different type of coming of age stories, because look at where we at now. The whole world is woke. Yeah, Bill Duke is a legend. You've interviewed him, correct?
He'll be here on Tuesday.
I'll be tuned in.
Fact.
We used to go to his the movie. He used to have the film festivals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I got my young director coming on to ask him some questions from one generation to the next.
Right.
He has a entrepreneurial and a philanthropic spirit as well. Over these past 40 years, he carved out his own lane for the youth to learn how to direct and learn how to act. And one of my young brothers, Majestic Tillman, he's coming in. He came up like that, from a shorty, from a young teenager, actor, director, screenwriter. You know what I'm saying? That's so I'm gonna have that alley-oop, like, boom. You want to talk to somebody? All right, boom. Holla at Bill Duke. So that'd be interesting.
Bill Duke is that. He's him. He's that guy. You know you fucked up, right? He's militant minded.
Militant minded.
He
showed us Patrice. He showed us Patrice Lumumba on the slide.
Right.
In his locker. Opened up his locker, red, black, and green. Head covering. Patrice Lumumba pitching on the joint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That was in Predator.
That was in Car Wash.
Oh, in Car Wash. Yeah. He reminds me a lot of Melvin Peebles.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not 100% sure about. I don't know his whole bio, but I feel like they rubbed shoulders, and he was influenced by the OG who did Sweet Baby Badass and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Gordon Parks, a lot of those innovators, a lot of those, those were trailblazers, and they were like I said, we don't come from that era. So we know when we look at that cloth that it's cut from a different type of cloth because of what? The times that they were living in. Henceforth, why I'm saying that if you missed out on the 90s and the early 2000s and whatnot, you missed out on the times that we were living in. So when you were born after that, you just missed out on that cloth because you were born into a day and a time that's an effect of the cause of those years. So post Biggie, post Tupac, the world is a different world than when they were alive. Post DMX, it's a different world, because we talk about cultural impact, because people say, why y'all talk about hip hop so much? And I'm like, because that's the soup that a lot of us are in right now. Cultural impact. It has its significance. I've watched it over the years shape and mold individuals into the persons and the people that they are. They're impressionable. So the culture impresses upon people certain type of edicts. Money, hoes, bankrolls, and clothes. All the nigga knows.
And that's where
I'm
we
just
at.
thinking about the
Like,
range.
yeah.
Look at the
Like,
range. The range of Bill Duke, pardon me, Blue. The range
yeah.
of Bill Duke is his contemporaries. The people he came in up with was Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, and them. And he goes from Apollo Creed
Facts,
to
legend.
50 Cent to Black Lightning right now. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? To right now, acting right now, him and Robert Townsend in Black Lightning. You see what I'm saying? So all the way back to from here to here, what that
Right.
shit looks like. You see what I'm saying? Like you fighting Arnold Schwarzenegger to you at the cemetery with Fifth. Fifth, like he was like a god to me. He said, "Son, I am God.
Right.
Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, all rolled up in one big nigga." I'm like, well, from that to DMX and Exit Wounds and to Black Lightning right now. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? The kind of mind frame you gotta have in the game, coming in with a darker hue and being
Right.
subconscious about it and making that shit beautiful like Big did. You understand what I'm saying?
Did he come in with Forrest Whitaker?
He came in with a young Forrest Whitaker. The first movie he directed
Right.
professionally was A Raising Harlem.
Mm.
So with Robin Gibbons and a young Forrest Whitaker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
Forrest Whitaker getting finessed in the joint by Robin Gibbons. Like, so just looking at that time frame in between. Pardon me, Blue. I just
It's
wanted to
that's
pause that.
yeah. He's a thespian. You know, he's an actor's actor.
Right.
You know, it's not a lot of them left. And the fact that he was putting on workshops, he was very hands on with the up and coming talent because he has the African Film Festival. You know,
Yeah.
the development of talent.
Right. So just was about to touch on what Red was saying in terms of, what is once you program a society or a culture and it dictates or the ethos or the mandate is money, clothes, and hoes, you know what I'm saying? It's like technically, that's what they live for. And that's goals.
And what they die for.
And what they die for. Whereas consciousness, it's a very hard barometer. Like, how do you register a win? You know what I'm saying? If you're a leadership, how do you register a win? Your people got to be free. You looking for liberation. The goal is magnanimous. This shit is almost unreachable. You know what I'm saying? With these dudes, it's just a bag. It's just a box in the bag. And the levels that come with that. You know what I'm saying? Money, clothes, and hoes. All the nigga knows. You feel me? And that shit has the different layers and levels in that. But that's it, my nigga. It don't go no further than that. You feel me? And it's like, that's what society is. The world is still encapsulated in Biggie Small's dream. It was all a dream that the culture never woke up from.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's a fact.
So don't expect nothing out of these niggas. You're not gonna get it. They have not been programmed to go beyond the scope of their marching orders, of their programming. And the shit was so effective that you're not gonna get nothing other than that. You're just gonna get different variations of it, right?
Different iterations.
From the Coach bag to the Birkin, my nigga. But not beyond that.
They burnt this motherfucker down.
And
they burnt this motherfucker down.
You sitting around expecting anything else.
They burnt this motherfucker down. They burnt
we
it
talk
down.
about shout out to AA. He talks about the nigga hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? I talk about the nigga kingdom. The most coveted real estate on the planet is the nigger mind. right? Because it represents the pinnacle point of quote unquote blackness in America, right? It is the pyramid point, the nigger hierarchy. It's where everything takes place because it's chaos. It's unbridled energy, right? It is the fucking bull in the China room, right? It's pure chaos, but any and everything can come out of it. It's what holds everything in balance because it ultimately can be redirected to destroy the enemy if you knew what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? But whoever sits on top of that particular pyramid or that hierarchy, you know, they control the most coveted real estate on the planet. Because now, you know, not you're dealing with consumerism or this aspect of consumerism. These niggas is the economic engine that run this shit. So the nigga hierarchy is like, oh, if you can redirect these people to just be consumers, because they're gonna blow trillions, right?
Hmm.
They like, we need that shit. This is our economic engine. This is how we keep shit spinning, right? Red talks about it. The highest export of his country is what's called black diamonds, right? Sports and entertainment, melanated sports and entertainment, right? It's the highest export, right? You can't even quantify it. You can't even put a dollar amount on it in terms of what is valued around the world. You feel me? So people undermine hip hop for being the powerful position or you know, for the placemat that it represents. But it's like, no, you don't understand the nigga hierarchy. You don't understand the nigga kingdom. You don't understand this real estate that's so coveted. And it's like you could be a fucking rapper and control that. And Dick, you could control the way and the sway of how that of how, you know, of where it goes and where it don't go. You know what I'm saying? And son died. Son died, you know, with the manual, with the script. And it has never been undone. And it's impossible to undo it at this point, right? You got to destroy everything that it represents to undo it.
Yeah, we in too deep.
We're in too deep. And you know, I'm putting together my metaphysical dissertation where I'm making the boldest of claims to say, look, Biggie Small is the black hole at the center of the universe, or the center of the galaxy, should I say. Sagittarius A, and I got receipts out the yin yang. I got receipts. And I'm in a place where I don't know, I no longer need to I don't got to talk to the people no more because the fucking universe is listening to me. Every time I say something, the universe responds and produces my receipts, unprecedented. So I'm like, maybe I'll write a book for your babies. But trying to convince niggas or something, you know, it's like you can't even tell the crab that's boiling in the water that it's getting boiled. It's the same shit we're trying to convince niggas of either their greatness or their lack thereof right now, because they can't see it, right? But they are a pivotal piece to this puzzle. And they literally actually make the world go round. But they can't see the magnitude of themselves in that particular, you know, prescription, if you will. They see themselves like this big, and they really BIG, right? Compressed fucking carbon. Big, black, ugly, compressed carbon. Okay, the only nigga that went diamond, compressed carbon, off a 3-year run.
Hmm.
Now, I was at we was making a sweat lodge today on a piece of property that belongs to a brother from the Nation of Islam. So I was with all of my comrades, you know what I'm saying? And we had a big bonfire. So everybody was telling their stories and introducing themselves and the X, Y, and Z. And I find it very ironic. They was talking about Elijah Muhammad and Master Farah Muhammad. And they were saying his tutelage was only 3 years, right? He didn't have a tape recorder. He didn't have an iPad. You know what I'm saying? It was mouth to ear. It was the oral tradition, right? That we all came up under ancestrally. right? He was able to contain that amount of information in a 3-year span, and look how it has encompassed millions of people, right? Look at the shadow that it has cast. You feel me? So let's not downplay the amount of work somebody can put in a 3-year span. Big only had a 3-year run, and these niggas have not shooken out of that dream yet, right? And I don't think that they will in our lifetime, right? Unless, like, when they hit these niggas with the vaccine and these motherfuckers become robots, and you figure out how to hack the nanobots to like upload consciousness into these niggas. Because I'm telling you, there's gonna be a positive that comes out of this shit. It's just gonna be all the way down the road. Because human beings are now gonna become hackable, which is probably gonna make consciousness even that much more easier. But you got to be one hell of a hacker and programmer, right? This shit is going to where motherfucking Terminator started at with John O'Connor and them niggas. Because the people is way too complacent. They have no idea what's about to hit them. You know what I'm saying? And they don't got no wiggle room to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So what you know, you're gonna pivot and do what? Do what? You don't got an answer for the fucking police, but you got one for the military, my niggas. Come on now. Cut it out. Bruh.
So what's coming up for the pillars that y'all can share? What's something y'all could put out for us to take a look at?
Bringing back Know the Ledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are in the same state right now, you know, so that's advantageous to us to come together and bring back what the people have been asking for, and that is Know the Ledge. But this time we're going to be doing it as a podcast, other than, you know, Blog Talk. No more. We're not going through Blog Talk. We're going to go, you know, we're going to jump in the podcast lane and put some numbers on the board, bring that feeling back, and introduce a whole new crop of talent along with our alumni. And we're going to be doing some new things too, you know. It's just new angles that we can explore. Of course, we got the music. The Red Summer just came out on Halloween. That's a project that I've been working on since the summertime. Blue Pill is on that. Blue Pill is all over the deluxe as well. We're preparing that to drop before the end of the year. We want to bring a visual component to the Red Summer. It is a soundtrack, after all. You know, it's a soundtrack that's telling a story. The Red Summer is chronicalizing 3 months of the summer, June, July, and August, and all of the things that took place over the summer of 2020. Through my eyes, you know, from where I went. And Cambada's on the album heavy. We brought some new talent to the forefront to our audience. I mean, they've always been there, but we brought new talent to our audience. Lizzie Jeff, America Sutton, Songbird, my boy Jefferson, he's going to be on the deluxe. He got some bars, you know, so we just working, you know what I mean? Atlanta is a pool of talent. Atlanta is definitely, you know, the epicenter of a lot of great energy. And I tapped into that, you know. I didn't want to leave that shit on the table. Blue Winter, talk to them.
Yeah, my project is gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a different sound. It's you know, I'm going in a different direction than Red went, and yeah, it's gonna be dynamic. It's gonna be paradigm shifting. You feel me? It's gonna be paradigm shifting. So that's under the that's being put in production as we speak. Um, yeah, like, and it's gonna have a same way. It'll have a visual component. It's gonna have a theme. You know, it's a conceptual project, and I'll also be introducing a slew of new talent. Um, some of which he mentioned, and some of which he has not mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we coming for the crown. You know what I mean? I'm finishing up 3 different books. You know, chronicalizing my whole Corona Rising
Mhm.
prophecy of this year. Like every fucking thing that I said, you know, came and it came and it went, and I got the receipts. So I'm just putting something together, just chronicalizing this cosmic conversation that we've been having since last year, around the time the Nipsey transition, you know, putting that offering together. And I got 2 more projects that I'm working on,
Yeah,
book
and
wise.
right, and
Yeah, hold
I
on.
also
I'm more than likely, I'm gonna probably reissue Price Consciousness next month, the movie, because I got a movie that I developed for that project that I had put on Netflix, and that didn't reach the critical mass audience. You know what I'm saying? Because we had to go back over there and restructure some things at Netflix, which is our streaming service. So that will be back up and running next year. You know, with a different look and a different feel. Um, you know, goldwater.com, expanding that particular brand and coming out with some new products. What else? Clothing line, website called Cosmic Dust, COZMIKDUST.com. You know, that's a collaborative effort that I'm doing as well. Dope designs, you feel me? A different look, a different feel. And there's other things, that I'm working on that are still on the back burner. They still got the lid on them. I don't want to take the lid off as of yet, but I'm actively, aggressively working, you know what I'm saying, to get everything out of my sponge. You know, I'm wringing the sponge out so I can make room for all of the new,
right.
all of these new downloads, all of this new information, all of these, new cosmic communications, because the shit is nonstop. I'm just overburdened at this point in time with how much the universe has thrown in my lap this year. It's just unprecedented. So yeah, 44. The 44. Our 44 year was one for the record books, and I think that it would be an injustice if we didn't chronicleize it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that. Shout out to Goldwater. Shout out to 19 and the rest of the team. Yeah, you know.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, nah. So I was just saying that
Bro,
you know,
tell us about Monday. Throw
yeah,
Monday in that mix, man. What that feel like?
Melanin Mondays live in Atlanta. I think we 9 weeks into it. Um, I decided to take my podcast, Melanin Monday. I did about 130 episodes, 140 really. And then we got to Atlanta. And like I said, the temperature out here and the electricity out here is a little bit different. The talent out here is immense, it's immersive. So I was like, I want to create, I want to merge my brand, Melanin Mondays. I want to make it live. I want to do it in front of a studio audience. I want to bring some of these singers, lecturers, poets. I just want them to be a part of it. And what started out organic has now formed into something that is you know, a very long running staple in the West End Atlanta community. We've had Ra Aku on the stage, Blue Pillar on the stage, 19 Keys. We've had Sabir Bey come through. You
Q
know,
Butter.
Q Butter came. We had some legends, bruh. And you know, it's only getting better. This week we have a sister by the name of Herb Alchemist. She's going to be speaking about you know, dealing with the COVID and also dealing with the ancestors and, you know, this new iteration of the COVID. I'm just, you know, I have my eyes open and my ears open, you know, to make sure that they're not going to put our people underneath a new form of fear mongering and, you know, all of these different spells that they got. Because I know I'm saying, bruh, they working this shit.
I just came from LA. It's a little too late for that. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it is unprecedented.
been trying to go to New York for the past 2-3 weeks now, and it's just it's a force fill up, and it's not allowing me to just move like that. It's like, wait up, just chill for a minute. It ain't time. You know, it's not time. They out there playing games. You know, the spirit is telling me to stay put. Just sit for a minute and just observe. So,
Like, if nothing else, now is the time that the community should come together and combine their resources, you know, by way of information and have a conversation about, you know, what's going on. Like, what are you observing and what's the contingency plan? What's all of this information for if you're not utilizing it? If not for the people, goddamn it, for yourself. Because they got a plan, my nigga, and they are fucking executing. You know what I'm saying? They got a plan. They got a plan, my nigga, and it's methodical. Like, everywhere I went in LA, that shit was boarded up. I'm like, fam, what's going on? What did I miss out on? You know what I mean? And they mute. They like, they like, it's coming. What's coming? What you talking about? These are major establishments. Why are they boarded up? Downtown Los Angeles and financial districts and things of that nature. Like, what do they know that we don't?
right.
You know, it's major maneuvering going on, and it's cool to be cool. Yo, I'ma stay my way out of this shit. That's great. But what's the tangible plans? Like, niggas got babies and children, and I just don't see. You know, I don't see I don't see the counteraction.
Urgency,
I don't see
yeah.
the urgency. I don't see nothing out of this community other than what you see online. You know what I mean? And people online,
Reactionary shit.
yeah, they just discussing it and being reactionary, and niggas is openly talking about what they not gonna allow. But where's the proper planning? Where's the moving of the chess pieces? Like, where's the positioning? Right? Like, it's sad, man, to see shit get to where we at in our lifetime. You feel me? For niggas to, you know, for 2020 to be like the year when everybody got woke, just to see niggas go to sleep this late in the game at the fourth quarter. You expended all of your energy towards voting or not voting. Then now you so tired, you just want to curl up. Like, you at the doorstep. Don't curl up at the doorstep, nigga. Knock on the door, get inside, and go to sleep in the bed. Don't curl up in front of the door.
And the media beat these niggas with bats. You know what I mean? After the whole Joe Biden, is he the president? Is he not? Is Trump stepping down? Is he not? All these cool niggas. And you know how many dudes I got in my inbox who egos are bruised because they was out there butt naked for Trump?
Facts.
So now I'm dead ass. Every single piece of QAnon or anything that's favorable to Donald Trump, they're in my inbox sending me videos like I'm a Trump supporter. Like, I really care about that shit. They're just doing that to save face because people got egg on their face right now.
Yeah, they butt hurt.
They mad butt hurt. The whole
And it's like, when you play this game about nobody sitting in the seat, you feel me? And you should know this knowledge. Like, what is it going to be, a soft military coup? If there's no president, if there's no administrator running the government, then the military steps in and run it. Who runs it? Who's running the military?
Right.
Like, What the fuck is going on? Does anybody seen Trump? Does this nigga show up to work anymore?
He's playing golf today.
He's playing, yeah, right? So the citizens are going to allow this? Like, this shit is retarded, man. I'm beyond tired.
This shit don't work
of
no
this
place
tired
else.
ass game. You feel me?
If they want to see something, they got to look
That's
outside of
script,
this, the borders of this country. You got to see it someplace else.
Oh, for sure. And that's a great thing.
This shit
Like,
is this
And I'm
shit is
like,
called
yeah.
no more bread for the day.
Yes, I'm
another
like,
country.
who, you know, at the end of it, who are you putting on for? Like, what's the audience? What is consciousness? Like, who are you talking to? Who are the people? Right? Is everybody fucking retards? And it's like, you're gonna put your life and your neck on the line for these people at the end of the day. It's like you need to find something
2,000
else.
episodes. That was the first question, right? Remember, what is consciousness? That was the first
Are
episode.
people
2,000
worth your energy
episodes.
and your
For real.
time, my nigga? What does 2021 look like for you? Right? You're posturing, you're preparing yourself to get in front of these people, right?
Yeah.
They need to be unwound and you feel me? Like debugged, like the virus programs and shit like that. They did a job on these niggas this year, man.
so
These
20
are the people that you want in your proximity around your babies.
Yeah, so
People
20
that are not coherent, that cannot, make sense of whatever they're seeing. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent.
Right.
Like, where are the people who are coming up with unique observations based on the shit that they're looking at? That are putting pieces together.
The critical thoughts.
The critical thinkers, like, where are they at?
So the whole 2021, are we going to be dealing with, are you taking the vaccine or not? Is that what this shit boils down to? Are you vaccinated or not? Do you have your card or not? Are you going to do it first? And then when niggas get the shot, everybody going to be looking at niggas to turn into the toxic Avenger. Like, is this nigga going to mutate? And if he doesn't in the first 60 days, then they're like, you know what? I'm going to go get it too. I'm going to just,
I'm gonna acquiesce.
Because I need to travel.
I need these travel. I need my benefits.
They done froze everything. Unemployment, my goddamn AARP, and the elders, they got the older generation, bro. I'm being told by old folk, you can't come in the house around me.
Shutting it down.
They got, if you got elders who watch the news, they're finished. They got them. Well, Brian Williams.
Yeah, they've excommunicated you from the family. Like,
they excommunicating
like,
niggas.
They like, you move around too much.
We see you on Facebook. All the old heads is on Facebook. I took my Instagram sharing shit off. I do not feed the book no more. I'm like, if you ain't on the gram with me, you don't know my movements. Cause the old people is on Facebook watching niggas move without masks. They're like, I didn't see any masks with your friends. You were in a big circle. I'm like, fam, this was a cipher. Niggas was rapping. Nah, I didn't see any masks. Like, oh nah, y'all finished. Like, y'all done. It's a done data for y'all.
So COVID compliant.
Man compliant.
Rap, son.
They voted. They had the I just voted shit. I just voted for Kamala. Wear your mask. We're gonna get the vaccinate. It's free at CVS. Like, all of that is here.
Yeah, they pre-ordering. They got niggas on pre-sale. Like, bro, there's a lot more to be talking about than fucking Gucci and Jeezy, But everything that you need to know,
Kyle,
I told to you, man. Right? I told them the whole world is in virtual classroom right now, not just your babies.
Everybody.
Whole world, everybody is in virtual class right now, nigga. 2020 is the motherfucking, this is the semester.
Rise of the machine.
All semester.
Right.
Everything that you need is being shown to you. Right?
Everything.
But can you decipher it? Do you know what you're looking at? right?
Look,
Do you have the ability to make sense of what you're looking at? Does your brain work? Because that's where your eyes is attached to.
Kyle Rittenhouse is home, and Ricky Schroeder helped get him out. He got out on $2 million bail. Kyle Rittenhouse is the 17-year-old who bodied 2 European Black Lives Matter members. He sent them niggas up with headshots.
Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. What was that?
He's,
Kenosha?
yeah, he's a hero of theirs, bro.
He is Dylan Roof if he was able to come home. He is he's a poster child.
Ricky Schroeder.
Ricky Schroeder came and got his ass. So just think about that part. While everybody is talking about, yo, was this stage with Gucci and Jeezy? Did they really break up? All of this, that's irrelevant. You know, I appreciate the fact that they are showing the young drillers that you could have conflict resolution and resolve. But these young niggas not trying to hear that, first of all. They see that as a sign of weakness, you know, and it might be too late. You know, they live 15 years with the beef. They are right at this point. They have their own ethos that they live by. And that's to never stop killing until they avenge the dead homies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
so
that was a Scorpio ritual unlike anything I've ever seen.
yeah,
You know, I can show you how each verses falls under the astrological sign that the verses takes place in. Just like motherfucking Snoop Dogg and DMX, it was the last day of the dog days.
Of summer.
Right? Cancer going into Leo. So this shit here was all Scorpion.
Yeah.
Revenge. Beef. Dead homies.
All in a Scorpion.
Under a triangulated conjunction with Jupiter, Pluto, and the moon conjuncted. You know what I'm saying?
Big energy.
It's crazy.
Big Scorpio energy. Scorpio is death. Scorpio is revenge. Scorpio is transformation and transmutation. The fact that Jeezy transformed, they call him Gucci a clone because they say he's not the same person. This is what Scorpios do. They reinvent themselves. And then Jeezy transmuted all of that vitriol that Gucci had for him that was warranted, but he was able to transmute it by hitting them. He didn't fight the fire with fire. He threw water on that shit. That's the only defense that he did. He played the only card that he had. Because if he tried to go fire with fire and he was already in the wrong, remember, Jeezy wanted to avoid seeing that nigga for 15 years and Gucci wanted to see him for 15 years. So they had two different feelings amongst themselves about who wanted to see who. You see, Jeezy was sitting in the chair, wasn't even looking at that nigga. Because he didn't want to see him for 15 years. Because he knew that homie had a bone to pick with him. And then Gucci had to get that shit off his chest because right from this go, he wanted to rap that song in his face for 15 years. Think about when he was laid up in jail for doing all of that nigga shit, all of those years, different biz that he was doing. He woke up and went to sleep thinking about Jay Jenkins. He had him on his mind. He was always thinking, the fucking ice cream tattoo was probably because of Jay Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? He had trauma. Anybody ever come to kill you, that's a traumatic experience. He had trauma. So there was a healing taking place, but yeah, like Blue said, that was all Scorpion. To the T. But yeah, I gotta get out of here, my brothers. I appreciate you, Knowledge. You know what I'm talking about. And another thing, we going to Puerto Rico on December 12th and 13th. Me and Blue Pill, Billionaire PA will be there. Supernova Slum will be there. A sister by the name of Karma Soul out of Atlanta. She'll be there. Rain,
Chef Aki. Yeah.
yeah,
Soul Food. Yeah.
yeah, Rain
It's gonna be
Global.
it's gonna be an all-star cast, and it's dealing with a healer's retreat. You know what I'm saying? It's dealing with techniques and methodologies for healers as well. Because the healers got to heal. You
And
feel me?
holistic entrepreneurs.
And holistic entrepreneurs. And it's going to be right in time because they got a total solar eclipse on December 14th. That's going to impact areas of the Americas that are not North America. And that is going to proceed. That's lining up December 21st, 2020, which is 7 days later, which is the grand conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn, right? Or as they say, Set versus Asar, or the God versus the devil is going down.
It's
Everything
going
that we've been
down.
waiting for in 2012, yeah, you finna get that, right? You got less than a month left, so get ready.
Yeah, go play some Buster extension level. It's only 5 years left.
Yeah,
No, it's only 5 days left. So that's where we at. You know, the movie is not gonna stop filming. You know, they done ordered a whole bunch of stunt doubles. You know, the fires are not gonna stop burning. You know, the shits are not gonna stop. You know, it is what it is.
it's
It's
gonna
only gonna
intensify.
ramp up.
Yeah,
It's gonna intensify. So for the family that's out there, um, stay strapped, stay dangerous, stay focused, stay hungry, and stay woke.
right. Stay aware, stay vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Stay dangerous, stay safe, and stay dangerous simultaneously.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
at the
saying?
same damn time.
At the same damn time. Yeah.
Okay.
Your links
Okay.
before y'all bounce, where people can find you, and can people go on that retreat that y'all got going on?
Yes,
Yeah.
you could go to elevation.eventbrite, or you could go to my IG. My IG is the same name as my Cash App. And you'll see the flyer on there. We will be doing a flurry of lives with the special guests throughout the weeks leading up to our trip. I did one with Billionaire today. I'm probably going to be doing one with Supernova and our sister Karma coming up either Monday or Sunday. And yes, they could come on a trip. We have a few more slots left. Um, you could sock it to the pocket. The Cash App is right there. You know what I'm talking about? And you can follow me on IG underneath the same name. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
One of these,
Same thing.
one of these
Dollar
Mondays,
sign.
I'm pulling.
Skirt,
Hmm?
skirt. Come on.
Dollar sign Blue Pillar 44 is the Cash App. At Blue Pillar 44 is the IG. Blue Pillar 44 at Gmail is the email. Goldwater.com is the website. GOLDEWATER. All right. And with that, you know, again, family, peace, love, and light. If you are in Atlanta, if you're listening to this on the late night and you want to come out and have a conversation tomorrow about strategy that's not going to take place online, you can come to Revolutionary Healing. All right. That is it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a revolutionary healing event that's going to take place on a Aboriginal indigenous farm a little bit outside of the city of Atlanta, about 10 minutes outside of that. You can find a link on my page, or an Eventbrite under Revolutionary Healing. We're going to be riding horses and uh, doing healing workshops, right? We're also going to be dialoguing and discussing some strategy with the family. So if you're in the A and you want to pull up, you know what I mean, a dialogue with some of the thought leadership that's out here about some viable things that you might be able to do. You feel me? That a myriad of things, a myriad of things. Get your bread right, get your mind right, get your security protocol together, find out about some land. You feel me? Vaccines, exemptions, and all of that stuff. pull up to that, because these conversations are not going to necessarily be taking place in front of the world online. All right. And with that,
Word.
peace.
Peace. Peace to the pillars, red and blue pill. Make sure y'all come through in like 12 hours. It's going down. Let me show y'all that flyer right quick. This is going down. Going down. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Earthling's own. The Kabbalah God's own. Brother own. The Interview King's own. Conversion. The Tetragram of Gods will be in the building. Black Dot, A. Rashid, Brother Obad, Doggy Diamonds. This walk, this commemoration, this elevation, this collaboration happening, celebrating 2K. And since the return of the Soul Brothers coming out, gonna be on. I'm gonna be celebrating all day, all night. So come through. You understand what I'm saying? If you're listening from, make sure you go over to our YouTube channel here, www.youtube.com/Do the Knowledge Radio, DOTHAKNOWLEDGERADIO. Shout out to everybody who came through. Seems like that in the comments, getting busy. We'll have our time here tomorrow. Anybody want to come through, show love, whatever. It's going in like 12 hours. So with that, I'm going to get up out of here. Like BJ Rock McDaniels used to say, guess that's about it for me. Oh, man. Celebrate.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them that in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. Yeah, y'all like that? So no more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm an African. I'm a. Let's get
And
back
that
to the
motive
gritty
is best developed by recognizing the common enemy.